Hey, what's up, gamers? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good. It's a brand new week. It's a brand new set release week. Two set release, actually. We got Paradise Dragana and we got Stellar Crown that's coming out. Before we hop into that, before we dive straight into some brand new Pokemon cards, let's check in on r/Poke investing. It is a new week. There's going to be a bunch of people that need Poke positive advice. They're asking what to do with their cards. They're asking what their sales and what sets they should pick up. We're going to help those guys out. We're going to give them a little bit of the old Poke positive push, and I hope you guys are having a great one. Without further ado, let's hop into r/Poke investing, baby. Man, that site is so good. It is so dang good. Alright, what are we looking at first? The collection. Look at what this person's got up here. So, very impressive. I'm looking and seeing a bunch of those evolution boxes up at the top. The Flareon, the Jolteon, the Vaporeon's in the middle. Of course it is. It's got to be at the top. Couple of 3-pack blisters. Got yourselves a couple of the EX boxes. But right there, I see some booster boxes. The ETBs looking cool. Celebrations ETB, very nice. Very poggers, very good for you. Got the one right there, the Temporal Forces. Crown Zenith's looking good. But of course, right there, smack dab in the middle, you got the 151 Ultra Premium Collection and the 151 ETB down at the bottom. That's going to be the big prize money. That's going to be what's going to get you the big yen. That's what you need to be. In fact, I'd get rid of a couple of these. And if you can, I'd replace them with 151 because that is the only set in Scarlet and Violet that's worth anything. It's the only set that's even worth your time, and I really do think you need to be getting rid of some of these right there and replace it. I mean, other than that, it looks okay. I do see the Charizard box at the top. Haha, that's some good stuff. And yeah, it's a solid collection. All jokes aside, good start. Great stuff. You know, make sure you don't crack this open if you're actually trying to hold it. If you want to crack it open, get some pulls. Have fun, big dog. Good luck. Is this normal? Hey, I bought a whole case of Evolving Skies booster boxes and wondered if this is normal. The sides are all like this on every box. First print run, paid about $4,000, so $39.60 for the whole case. Yes, it is normal for most booster boxes to have cellophane around them. That's how they come sealed typically. It's not just Evolving Skies. It's almost every booster box comes like this. And yeah, it has these little seals and stuff right here. That's kind of crazy. No, they look fine. It looks good. You have the Pokeball wrapping. Some of them like that got a little loose, a little crinkly. If they all resemble that exactly, I would say you're looking at a very solid seal on your booster box being genuinely authentic. Now, if you want to see a bad looking booster box, this Evolution's one of us float around here for a little bit. Not only is the wrap like really loose and really crinkly and looks like some plastic wrap from the actual drawer you'd be getting if you want to save some chicken, bro, there ain't no Pokeballs or nothing on that back there. It looks like absolute garbage. Hoping to get some help from the community. I'm new to this, well, getting back into it, and I think this box might be resealed. Yeah, that's a very good thought that you have. This is not normal. The ones that just have the regular wrapping on that, Pokeballs and all, yeah, that's pretty normal. I'd say very good pull. The Evolving Skies booster box is only going one way, and it's not going down. That's what's going on. It's not quite 151, but it is Evolving Skies. So you got that going for you, Big G. Will this go up, or should I sell it? Okay, 1 second. Let me. Genuinely, what answer do people want? I want to see the statistics of actually how many people make decisions based off of what people say on Reddit. I'm not even trying to be an asshole. Just actually, what do you not see this card? Do you not have access to TCG Player? Do you not have access to PSA? Do you not have access to Sold Nows? Like, what kind of answer do you want from this? Do you want people to say like, oh yeah, don't sell this yet, this is gonna be $1,000 for sure in a year, or like, nah dude, this is gonna be $5 in a year? Like, what answer do you actually want, and what's going to influence you? I'm just very curious, because this is a very common trend, and it's always the same answers every time. Grade it if you want. If it gets a 10, I'd hold on to it. If it gets anything less, sell it. Every single time. And you'd think at some point people would just be like, they'd be able to get it, they'd be able to understand. I get people are new, I get people step in, but I mean, this is a very common post that is all over r/Poke investing. It's everywhere, man. Is Sun and Moon worth buying? That is a very loaded question just to start with. I mean, is air worth breathing? Is toilet paper worth using? Is spaghetti worth eating? I don't know. That's a whole bunch of questions that we don't even know. Where do we start with this one? Sun and Moon prices are pretty high right now, given it's been a while since the set was in print. Very good. You understand how time flows. But with the prices being high, do y'all think it's worth to buy and hold? If so, what sets are y'all looking into buying? So that said, it's gone. Like, if you want to actually get into any Sun and Moon, I do not foresee the boxes themselves getting any cheaper, and the singles, I don't really see them getting too much lower. I can see them going up a little bit as people develop interest in them, maybe some of the graded ones, but the sets, I'm not even joking around. What you probably want to get is any of the tag team sets, so any of the Year 3 sets, Hidden Fates, Celestial Storm, Lost Thunder, Ultra Prism. If you stick with those sets, you're probably not going to have a bad time with that stuff. If you want to get really risky, if you want to actually put your money, you want to spin and put everything on Black, baby, and get that Crimson Invasion, get that set right there. There's some pretty good Ultra Beasts in that set. Everybody loves those. Those most certainly are not a contest topic that people post on Reddit constantly wondering why these things even exist. That's the risky one right there. That could be a big one, though. That could literally be the spin of a century. But yeah, Sun and Moon, it's kind of already left the bay, and if you're wanting to catch up, you better get a canoe and start paddling. And on that canoe, you better have some money with you. That's all I gotta say about that. Ooh, now that's what I'm talking about. We got 151 putting this in the Pokebunker. See you in 10 years. That's what I'm talking about. If it's not 151, it's nothing. If I don't see no Charizards in there, you better believe that someone's gonna come into your house and just gonna leave it. If it's 151, that's gold, baby. Put that in Fort Knox. Forget about it. Sleep on it. Fuck yeah. Ooh. Sorry, for a second I felt like I only liked 151 in red and blue for some reason. Oh look, a bunch of 151 right here in the Pokebunker. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, baby. That's where the big money's gonna go. The more big Ed Charizards that can possibly be in there, the more money you're gonna make in the future. That's gonna be someone's college fund, or maybe your yacht fund. I don't know. Maybe you're gonna want a new we're on trade in the misses or something. That's terrible. Yeah. Bought for $5 from a garage sale. If that happened, which I'm skeptical, hey, pretty good. I always zoom in on the rainbows. I always check really good on those, because those are the ones that are usually the most obvious to tell if they're fake by looking at them. You gotta look for that texture, baby. The texturing is what's gonna give it away immediately. I did zoom in on that Entei. There is texture there, so that's a good start right there. You got Latios Prism Star. You got a break card or two. You got the full art Pidgeot. None of these are like crazy expensive cards, but I mean, if you picked them up for $5 fucking, that's pretty cool. The Reggie Rock down there, the EX, I think that's pretty sick. Cool, good spread. If that's actually true, if this is what you're saying, yeah, good stuff. That's a good $5. I wonder if this card will have waifu tax. So we've already went over this before. There is no such thing as like the waifu craze or anything like that. The only thing that actually exists is hype craze. And I know this is something that people will argue with me till they're blue in the goddamn face. But if this was true, you could widely apply this to all the Pokebabes that are in the fucking hobby, man. You could do it. But as you can very clearly see, just by perusing TCG Player, yeah, that doesn't always follow suit. That's not something that always goes through, and that's not necessarily what always goes on. Some of these cards typically are playable. I'm presuming Licia is going to be playable. It's going to be a chase card. The art's going to play a little bit into it as well. Some people are going to like the artist. I personally like Licia, and I like Altaria, the Pokemon, as well. So it's going to be a good pickup for me. But hype is what you're thinking of. You're thinking of hype tax. That's what's going to be the big thing that's applied to this, because you are going to people that are going to perpetuate the myth that the waifu thing is a thing. Yes, there are some absolute weirdos that do some deplorable things and say some awful things about the Pokemon characters that should not be talked about that way. We don't claim those guys as the trainer collectors. Nope, that not in here, baby. That's not what happens. I collect all trainers, by the way. But that's what you're thinking of with that. We've already debunked this. It's a nice Licia card, though. It's going to be good. Help me understand. Investors insist singles are bad investments, and apparently collectors only care about artwork. So then why would anyone buy English cards? These Japanese cards are a fraction of the price. You see, we've actually talked about this one before. This isn't anything new. So what happened here is, once upon a time, a lot of people pretended to like Japanese cards a hell of a lot more than they actually did in order to sell them to people, to sell the product, to take advantage of the hype that was being perpetuated, along with like the waifu craze that was going on, and a lot of that stuff was perpetuated, full art trainers, blah blah blah. And as you can very clearly see, the second that it became slightly more available for people, the interest just completely died. It was more of like an exclusive thing, and like perpetuating that people like Japanese cards a little bit more than they actually did. I'm using air quotes a lot. I don't know if they were even in the right spot, but people did pretend quite a bit when it came to, hey, get your bag, get your money, Poke positive after all. But that's truly what happened. People do not care about the prices of Japanese cards. People do not care about the condition of Japanese cards. and people do not generally care about any of that stuff. Whichever language is paying the most, whichever one's actually getting them that's where everyone's going to flock to. If Japanese goes all the way back up to the moon, everyone's going to move straight back over to that, make their stories, do their stuff, and act like they were Japanese card collectors the whole time. And then if it goes to Korean for some weird reason, people are going to do that too. But English currently is king. That's where everybody's currently sitting, and that's what everybody's actually going to act like is the biggest thing right this second. Singles, it's not always going to be there. You want to put your money into product if you're going to sit on that. Singles fluctuate too crazy, and there's too many hands, too many things going on in this right now. It's so the one person could get on TCG Player right now, buy out a bunch of Pikachus, and that could just shoot up to like 50-60 bucks, and for 2 weeks solid, people could be paying those prices, and people could lose or gain a lot of money based off of that. It's too many hands, too many pieces, too many things going on for singles right this second. Obviously, popular Pokemon take a place. I'm just giving real advice right now. It's crazy. I'm not even being sarcastic. Just too many things with singles. Always grab a box, sit on it for a little while, and if it's a main set or a special set, you give it a few years, you'll have people that are interested in it, because content creation in Pokemon is fucking not going anywhere. There's always going to be some open-mouth YouTuber opening product. I guarantee you that. That's all I got. Appreciate it, Virgin. See you later. We did a lot of positive things today. We gave out a lot of positive advice. If you got questions or anything like that, feel free to ask them in the comments below, and I will do my best to answer them in the most positive Poke way possible. Have a good one. See you later. Bye.